Unlocking your brain's 40 Hz superpower. Forget all the myths you've heard about 40 Hz brainwaves opening portals to other dimensions. The real story is so much more fascinating and a whole lot more useful. What if I told you that you could potentially improve memory, sharpen focus, and even help your brain wash away toxic gunk, all with a specific frequency of light and sound? It absolutely sounds like science fiction, but it's not. Groundbreaking research, much of it coming out of MIT, suggests there's a real superpower locked in our brain's 40 Hz rhythm. And today, we're going to explore how to tap into it. Section 1. The problem, the silent buildup. We've all been there. That mental fog that just won't lift, frantically searching for a word that's right on the tip of your tongue. That quiet worry about whether your memory is as sharp as it once was. For decades, we've chalked this up to being a normal part of getting older, a slow, inevitable decline. But what if a huge part of that decline isn't just about age, but about a system in your brain getting clogged up? Every single day, your brain creates waste. You've probably heard of two of the most infamous culprits: proteins called amyloid beta and tau. In a healthy brain, they're cleared out pretty efficiently. But in diseases like Alzheimer's, they build up, forming sticky plaques and tangles that gum up the works, disrupt communication between brain cells, and lead to the cognitive decline we all fear. Finding a way to stop this has been the holy grail of neuroscience. And about a decade ago, researchers at MIT stumbled upon something that was as elegant as it was unexpected. They found a specific rhythm, a pulse of 40 beats per second, that seemed to hold a key. Section 2. The solution. The 40 Hz gamma rhythm. That 40 beat per second pulse is what scientists call a 40 Hz gamma wave. Gamma waves are the fastest brain waves you make, the signature of a highly engaged mind. They're tied to peak concentration, high-level thinking, and that feeling of being in the zone. When you're firing on all cylinders, your brain is buzzing with gamma. The MIT team, led by neuroscientist Li-Hui Tsai, noticed something critical. In mice bred to have Alzheimer's-like symptoms, this 40 Hz gamma rhythm was seriously weakened. Its power and synchrony were down, and this decline was linked to the buildup of those toxic proteins. This led to a revolutionary idea. If a lack of gamma is part of the problem, what if we could put it back? What if we could externally drive the brain to produce more of this 40 Hz signal? The concept is called neural entrainment. Your brain has this natural tendency to sync up its own rhythms to an external stimulus, like a flickering light or a pulsing sound. So the researchers developed a non-invasive setup using lights and speakers that flickered and clicked at exactly 40 times per second. They called the tech GENIUS, for gamma entrainment using sensory stimulation. And what they discovered would kickstart a whole new field of brain health research. Section 3. The mechanism, waking up the brain's janitors. So how does a simple flicker of light and a click of sound actually clean up a microscopic mess in the brain? The answer is pretty incredible. It seems to wake up the brain's own private sanitation crew. This is called the glymphatic system. Think of it as the brain's plumbing or a nightly power wash. While you sleep, this system flushes cerebrospinal fluid through your brain, collecting and washing away metabolic waste like amyloid and tau. The breakthrough discovery was that 40 Hz stimulation appears to act as a master switch for this cleaning crew. Research published in top journals like Nature shows what seems to happen, at least in mice. When the brain tunes into the 40 Hz signal, it sets off a chain reaction. It activates specific neurons called interneurons, which then release signaling molecules that tell the blood vessels and other cells of the glymphatic system to open the floodgates. The pulsing of arteries increases, and the flow of that cleaning fluid ramps up, leading to a much more efficient clearance of toxic proteins. It's not magic. It's a beautifully interconnected biological system that the 40 Hz rhythm appears to restore and amplify. If you're finding this peek into the brain's hidden machinery as cool as we do, take a second to hit that like button. It's a simple click, but it tells the algorithm that this kind of science content is worth sharing, and it really helps us keep making these videos. Section 4. The application. A new hope for Alzheimer's. This isn't just a theory in a lab. The results from a decade of research are pretty staggering. In those initial mouse studies, just 1 hour of daily 40 Hz stimulation was shown to dramatically reduce amyloid plaques in the brain. But the real question is always, does it work in humans? To find out, the MIT team spun off a company called Cognito Therapeutics. They've been running clinical trials with a home-use device that delivers 40 Hz light and sound. In their Phase 2 Overture study, the results for patients with mild to moderate Alzheimer's were very encouraging. Compared to a sham device, the treatment was associated with a significant slowing of functional decline and cognitive decline over 6 months. MRI scans also suggested a significant reduction in the rate of whole brain atrophy, the physical shrinking of the brain that is a hallmark of the disease. Now let's be clear, this is not yet an FDA-approved cure. Cognito has finished enrollment for a large, nationwide Phase 3 trial called the HOPE study, which is the final step before seeking approval. The results from that trial will be critical. But the evidence so far represents one of the most promising, non-invasive approaches to tackling this disease that we've seen in a long time. Section 5. The brain hack for today. While the most dramatic results are in Alzheimer's research, the science of 40 Hz isn't just about disease. It's also about optimizing a healthy brain, and studies are exploring its potential as a cognitive enhancer. The results are preliminary, but intriguing. Some small pilot studies have found that people exposed to 40 Hz stimulation showed improvements in memory scores and mood. One study even found that 40 Hz stimulation during a training session seemed to accelerate learning, but with a twist. The biggest improvements didn't show up right away, but after a night of sleep, suggesting the stimulation might help prime the brain for memory consolidation. It's important to remember that this area of research is young. Many of these studies are small and need to be replicated on a larger scale. But they open up a fascinating possibility that we might be able to use these external rhythms to fine-tune our own brain's performance. Section 6. The future and the caveats. The field of 40 Hz stimulation is exploding. Research teams all over the world are now verifying and expanding on these findings. They're using different methods: light, sound, vibration, even electrical stimulation. But they're all pointing to the same conclusion. There is something special about the 40 Hz frequency. However, it's vital to keep a scientific perspective. This is not a magic bullet. The long-term data, especially from the large Phase 3 trials, is still on the way. Scientists are still figuring out the optimal dose, how long, how often, and which method is best for different people and different goals. What this technology might do is far more important than giving you fictional superpowers. It could provide a safe, non-invasive tool to help maintain the brain you have, protect it from decline, and help it function at its best. The story of 40 Hz is not one of pseudoscience, but of careful, methodical, and incredibly hopeful scientific discovery. Conclusion. We started by pushing aside the myths about 40 Hz. The reality, as we've seen, is grounded in solid biology. It's a story about gamma rhythms, neural entrainment, and jump-starting your brain's very own cleaning service. From the labs at MIT to clinical trials across the country, the evidence is building. A simple, non-invasive frequency of light and sound has the potential to enhance our focus, boost our memory, and offer a powerful new defense against one of the most feared diseases of our time. The true superpower of 40 Hz isn't about changing reality, but about preserving it by keeping the incredible machine of our own mind running cleaner for longer. If this deep dive into the brain's potential has you wanting more, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. We break down the latest neuroscience into clear, actionable insights every week. And check out our playlist on other evidence-based ways to boost your brain health right here. Thanks for watching.